Let's start with an internal assessment of the most important asset you possess, you. Number one, are you fulfilled? Number two, do you feel that you're getting the best outcomes for your investments in life? Do you feel clear on your call? Are you proud of what your life is producing? Do you have quality relationships? If you answered no to any of those questions, I have a powerful statement to make to you that you are fired. And I know you say, well, Doug, how can you fire me from my own life? Well, it's because I believe that life is something that we don't just live. I believe life is something that we lead. We lead our lives with purpose, intentionality, and I believe as an institution. I've been an entrepreneur for 4 decades, and what I found is the principles that cause success in entrepreneurship will also cause success in an individual. I had to experience and work this skill years ago when I realized that I reflected on my companies and they were successful, they were profitable, they were generating revenue, but I personally felt bankrupt in my relationships. My business had structure, but I was living chaos. It all came to a head in 2021 when I got to a state of complete overwhelm. I woke up one day and I just didn't want to answer my phone. I didn't want to respond to texts. I didn't want to have any meetings. My exact words were, I don't want to be needed. Until I realized that the problem was not the people in my life. For so long, I tried to be a resource for community, for church, for friends, for family. And I was aggravated because of what people asked of me. Then I realized that the problem wasn't their ask. The problem was my availability. People have the right to ask for whatever they need. I didn't realize I had the right to say no or not now. Simply setting store hours for my life. This is what I call the business of being you and you being the CEO of you. I began to incorporate business principles into my life, and my life became more balanced. I was more satisfied and fulfilled, and I hope I became easier to deal with. And that's what I'm hoping for you after this talk, that you will run your life like a business, that you'll regain control and be the CEO of you. So let's define a business. Number one, a business is an entity that provides goods and or services for interested parties in exchange for payment. Business concept number one is your goods and services. Goods and services are the skills, the wisdom, the experiences that you bring to the table that add value to other people's lives. There's a term defined, cost of goods sold, which is the sum total of the cost that's required to make and market a product. When you look at the cost of goods of your life, I believe you would admit that you spent too much time, trying, and tears to simply give yourself away so cheaply. The second component is not just the skills, not just the goods and services, but also the interested parties. The interested parties is what we call the target market, those that we intend to share our resources with to, again, add value to their lives. There's a reason why businesses market themselves the way they do. Home Depot never promotes sneakers or dinner plates or tablecloths, but they excel in nails and tools and building materials. When I need a nail, they're the first company I think of because they excel in that area. You are not assigned to everybody. You cannot meet every person's needs. You're not designed to be every person's resource. Everybody doesn't see value in you, and you unfortunately cannot add value to everybody. A good business knows who their target market is and their stakeholders. The stakeholders are those people that are most directly impacted by what we do. If you were to consider your target market, the key stakeholders in your life, it would be great to ask, over the course of my day, of the course of my schedule, where do my friends, my family, my community, where do they fit on my schedule, or have I made them second trying to serve everybody else? Those stakeholders are not only the people that you impact, but they're also the people that impact you. This could be your board of directors, as it were. Board of directors are those that are intended to help make sure that you keep your life on track. It's what we call staying on mission. When an organization drifts away from the intended mission, it's called mission creep. That board of directors, maybe spiritual leaders or professional therapists or friends or family that have been empowered to tell you you're off base. Get back on track. The third component of a business is the payment. The payment is the compensation for your commitment. Years ago, I learned this power of value. I was selling in a car deal a 2002 Lexus SC430. For many people, this vehicle is considered a collector's item because over the course of between 2001 and 2010, only 80,000 were created or produced in the world, compared to the BMW 3 Series where there were 5 million formed. Because of the rarity, again, it's considered collector's item by some, and I had an individual wanted to come and purchase a vehicle, and he offered me a price that was much less than the listed price, and he used Kelley Blue Book as the justification for his valuation. And after I declined, I went to social media, went to other websites, and I showed him what people were paying for that vehicle in real time. And I explained to him that the real value of a thing does not come from professionals. The real value of a thing is defined by by what people actually pay for this thing in real life. I showed him that because of the rarity, people were paying much more, and I was not obligated to lower the value because he didn't understand its worth. I have to say this to you. You're valuable. You're precious. You're unique. You've invested too much in your life, and you have appreciated. And because your value has appreciated, you have to value who you are. You deserve to be treated with respect, with honor, and made a priority because of the time you've invested to become who you've become. What I found is, if you'll incorporate these business principles into your life, I believe that you'll be more profitable, you'll be more pleasurable, and I believe that you'll live a life of greater purpose. And you never know, if you incorporate these business principles into your life, you may give yourself another shot at being CEO. Thank you.